Hello again, Solstice here, and I'm going to show you another one of my builds. Now this here is Armored Core 4 Answers White Glint, rank 9. Considering how one of the previous ones I've uploaded about my builds being rank 1, those of you unfamiliar with the series would think, oh, just rank 9. Why is he significant? Is he great in personality? Now let me tell you this way. He is a badass. He is one of the most badass characters I could fight that pretty much runs around in a mech similar to mine. He was one of the faster opponents, he was one of the swifter, and on hard mode you could literally take him down and he would come back to life and mop the floor with you. And even not in hard mode, the first few times, usually he'll mop the floor with you. Like, I know people who will admit that. Like, a friend of mine, like, I introduced Armored Core a little later, like, it took him 11 tries to defeat this sucker. Yeah, he's pretty badass. I did not include his rifles. For some reason, I didn't feel like the need to add them at the time. Now, this was built, probably within a year, I would say. And this actually does use a bit of redstone in design. I was not going lightly on it. And all in all, it looks pretty cool. Though my arms still could use a bit of work. I have his missile launchers. They're supposed to be spread missiles, where they would just like fire as a single pod and just release a whole bunch of other missiles. But yeah, you can't exactly do that in Minecraft yet. Or at least not in the same way that I'm likely thinking of. I would need command blocks for that kind of nonsense. Hmm. I got the blue of his eyes covered. This is another one before the time of stained glass, so yep, water. I can't complain, it still looks pretty nice. And using the iron bars will give a better detail for the eyes, actually. If you like look it up and get like some close-ups of White Glint's face, you will know exactly what I mean. I really put some time into detail in general on this one. I forget what the iron bars here were supposed to represent. I know it's not for roundness. For the most parts, I really like this build, actually. A lot more than that Suppless one. Like, there's just so many crazy details and shapes to be worked with in this, and I also did my own special touches to this, as you can see. I can go inside of it. I get a little hatch and stuff I can close. There's a sticky piston up there pulling iron block. Should be this block specifically. Then, as you can see, it's a cockpit. Can pilot this guy. Now, part of why I decided to actually include this, a couple reasons. One, this guy is a badass. And two, this guy is a badass. But no, actually, there's an idea to this. Well, the idea of this character specifically, they don't actually speak in the game that they're from. And they never actually say who the pilot is. They keep saying unknown, and there's a theory where this was actually the player in the previous game. And the more you think about it, the more it makes sense when you've played it, actually. White Glint. All of those silly legends, they die today. Who are you to speak? You who destroyed Anatolia. Tola? Apparently I can't pronounce it, but no matter. Let's just sit in this. As you can see, you can kind of look outside a bit to get all these screens and stuff. Radar, AP, that in the game that represents armor points. Then PA, Primal Armor, which is like a sort of like a force field thing. It's pretty cool. And it also like affects your overboost, which not personally I don't mind. Like at first thought it sounds like, now why would it do that? But as you play it, you really don't mind. As long as you don't like do a whole bunch of things you probably shouldn't be doing and probably don't really know what you're doing. But after a while, you get the hang of it. Then EN, energy, that's like your main generator, what you can use for boosts, what you can use for energy weapons and stuff. Yeah, and most of these levers don't really do anything, but they certainly make you feel like you're in a cockpit. Like, turn on, ignition, let's go left, start. But anyway, there's more to this than just design, particularly in here. No, more actually right here, I should say. Right back unit weapon, left back unit weapon, and these actually do stuff. Watch this. Wait. And bam! Pow! Gonna fight people with this thing. I can destroy you from a giant robot. Specifically armored core type. Or as they also like to call it in the generation, nexts. Because they'll have like better defense, they have better offensive potential, I guess. Then they have like more evasive capability. They're a lot faster. They're basically all kinds of awesome. But that's about... Well, actually, there's a bit something else to bring up. Like, this is probably my third time building this thing. Maybe fourth, even. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is each time I've built this previously was on a server by friends. Even then, they kind of turned out pretty cool. But not this kind of fancy looking. And I guess that's about it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Bye-bye.